Namaste, Guttilians. I hope you and your family is safe and secure at home. And I hope each and every one of you are using the time wisely and constructively. Now, today I am Ankish Sharma and today I am going to teach you chapter Acid, Base and Salt of class 7. Clear? So, before going to a chapter directly, I should start with a simple introduction. Now, each and every one of you take you eat different kinds of food item. You might drink or you may be familiar with. Like suppose I talk about lemon, if I talk about baking soda, if I talk about orange juice, if I talk about vinegar. So you come across with a variety of substance around you. Okay, so you may find that does all the substance taste the same? I'm asking you, do all the substance taste the same? The answer is no, my dear. All substance taste different. Okay, so if I take an example, just for the sake, take an example of lemon. Lemon are sour in taste, sugar, sweet, baking soda, bitter. Okay, so all the substance, as we know, they do not taste the same. Suppose if I talk about grapes, grapes may be sour and they may be sweet. Okay, grapes are sour and sweet. So taste, all the food item does not taste the same. Okay, so on the behalf of this, I am going to explain you acid, base and salt. Okay, so just start with the first word, acid. Okay, so what is acid? Substances, or you can say those substances which are sour in taste. Those substances which are sour in taste, they are known as acids. Now, you might explain what is the meaning of sour. Sour in Hindi we call it as khatta. Okay, so those substances which are sour in taste, they are known as acids. Or you can say that the grapes, apple, they taste sour because they contain acid in it. Is it clear? So, some example of acid can be malic acid, oxalic acids. Okay, now come to the second topic. What is base now? Okay, so to understand the base, you might have by mistake taken taste baking soda. Okay, so whenever you taste baking soda, you feel it is bitter in nature. Okay, bitter means kadwa. So that is called as base. So those substance which are bitter in taste called base. Okay, for example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Clear students. Now third topic, salt. So what is salt? In simply to understand salt, when acid combined with the basic, then salt is formed. We will discuss salt in the last. Okay, last topic we will discuss. I will continue or discuss salt with you again. Okay, in detail. Now you understand all this. Say what is acid, which are sour in taste, base, which are bitter in taste. Bitter means kadwa. Okay, now types of acid. Okay, so acid is mainly of two types. First is organic acid, second one mineral acid. Okay, now students, if you want to understand science, So briefly, instead of putting your attention on cramming, I request you, do not cram science, because if you try to cram science, you can never understand, you can never learn science. If you want to learn science, you should ask question to yourself, and you should basically understand the meaning of each and every word, that why this word is there, what is the meaning of this word. Okay, so organic acid and mineral acid. Organic means which we obtain from the farms, or which we obtain from the plant and animal. So organic acid is those acid which are obtained from plants and animals. Okay. Now mineral acid, those acids which are obtained from minerals. Okay. Which are obtained from the minerals are known as mineral acid. And what is minerals? Minerals are sulfur, phosphorus, potassium, which are usually found in the earth crust. Okay. Now after this, actually what happened, organic acid are present in the nature itself. Okay, and mineral acid we scientists make it in the laboratory. Okay, so that's why they are also known as man-made acid, mineral or man-made acids. Okay, now what happened, organic acids are weak in nature. Organic acids are generally weak in nature, while mineral acids are strong. They are strong in nature. And in third point, I give you some example like citric acid, malic acid, oxalic acid, carbonic acid. So these are some of the acids I have mentioned over here: citric acid, malic acid, oxalic acid, carbonic acid. Now to understand the example of the mineral acid, hydrochloric acid, we write it as HCl. Second one, nitric acid, its formula is HNO3. Next, sulfuric acid, its formula is H2SO4. So these are some example of the mineral acids. Okay. Now mineral acids are much stronger than the organic acid. Is it clear to everyone? So I hope there will be no doubt in understanding the difference between the organic acid and the mineral acid. Now I am going to write you some examples of the organic acid. So if you take about amla, amla contains ascorbic acid. Tea contain tannic acid. Okay. Apple contains malic acid. Citrus fruit. Now what is citrus fruits? Like lemon, orange, all these are the citrus fruits. Okay. Citrus fruit contain citric acid. Now sour milk or curd, it contains lactic acid. Okay. Vinegar. Now what is vinegar? You might exclaim. So you might have seen your mother cooking in the kitchen. She might use sirka in the kitchen, white color. So that is called vinegar. Okay. Vinegar contains acetic acid. And all of you might know about this soft drink. Now what is soft drink? So you will answer that. What is soft drink? Okay. Soft drink contain acid which is known as carbonic acid. So here I have mentioned some of the examples of the organic acid. Maybe some more are there, like tomato acid, guava acid, they contain oxalic acid. So there are many examples of the organic acid which are generally found in the nature as such. Okay, so we don't make them in the laboratory. Now after that, okay, except for this classification, now acid and base can be either concentrated or dilute. In our laboratory, acid and base are present in two forms. One is concentrated, another one is called dilute. Okay. Now, concentrated means that acid or that base which contain large amount of acid but a small amount of water, that is known as concentrated acid. And dilute acid, dilute base means an acid or base which contain large portion or large amount of water but it contain less amount of acid and base. To take an example, suppose I am talking about concentrated acid. Okay, so concentrated acid contain about 96% acid and 4% water. Similarly, dilute base contain 70% water and 30% base. Are you able to understand this? So according to our experiment, we have to make it, we have to use it either concentrated, either dilute acid or base. Now the process by which we can convert concentrated acid into dilute acid, we can do it in our laboratory, and that process is known as dilution. Okay, so now what is dilution? Dilution is a process in which we dilute the acid or we mix water in the acid so that we can use it in our laboratory. Okay, it depending upon our use, dilution may contain 60 to 70% of water. Okay, so to understand it, what is dilution? Dilution is a process in which we mix water, we add water in the acid or base, okay, to reduce the strength of it. Now, after this, one more thing, we are discussing about dilution. Okay, so whenever you are doing the dilution, something you need to understand which are very important. So whenever you are doing dilution process in our laboratory, you should keep in mind that we always add acid or base to water. Understand? So like I told you, what is dilution? Mixing it with water. So you can do two things. Either you add water into the acid or base, either you can do mix acid and base into the water. So whenever we are doing dilution process, we always add the acid or base into the water, not we don't add the water into the acid and base. But the reason is why the question maybe comes into your mind, why we do like this, why not other way? Okay, so the reason behind this is, if you add water into a acid, if you are having a test tube which is made up of glass, okay, so what happen if you add water into acid or base, then what will happen? Whenever you add water into it, heat is released, large amount of heat is released. So what happens, that heat when it comes out, it can break the test tube also, and sometimes the acid can come out, okay, so which can harm our body or harm our skin. So that's why we add acid or base into the water. So when the acid or base added to the water, then what happens? The water absorb the excess heat, okay, so whatever the heat evolved, it is absorbed by the large amount of water. So that's why the test tube does not get explode, okay, or the acid does not comes out, okay, so that's why we do the dilution in this way. Okay, now substances can be termed depending upon what they contain. Either they contain acid, either they contain base, or either they contain nothing. So on the basis of that, substance can be of three types. One is called acidic substance,
One is basic substance, another one is neutral substance.
Now what is acidic substance, basic substance and neutral substance? Now those substances which contain acid are termed as acidic substance. Those substances which contain base in it, they are known as basic substance, and those substances which does not contain acid, which neither contain acid nor contain the base, are termed as neutral substances. Okay, acid and basic substance, example I have already mentioned to you. Acidic substance like orange, lemon, grapes, they all are acidic in nature. Basic can be baking powder, baking soda. Okay, sorry, baking soda. Now neutral substance, there will be salt, sugar, urea, glucose. So these are the example of the neutral substances. Okay, I hope it is understood. This much topic is understood by you easily. Okay. Now after this we will go to two properties and uses. Okay, two topic, properties and uses. Okay, one by one we will discuss properties also, and one by one we will discuss uses also. Now just before directly writing the properties, that beta it is the properties of acid, beta it is the property uses of acid, and you will cram it. So before doing it, just understand the difference between what does it mean property and what does it mean uses. Okay, properties means characteristic. Suppose I say you are Ram, what is your characteristic? You might be fair, you might be tall. Okay, so what is your appearance, what is your characteristic that represent the properties? Understand? Now uses means when we use where, in what form they are used. Okay, in real life. So properties means a characteristic, and uses basically means the application of acid and base. Okay, so first of all I am going to start with the properties of acid. Properties of acid. Okay, now properties of acid, very first one which we have already learned, acid are sour in taste. And students, if you want to learn, if you want to understand, like the way I am writing, the way I am explaining here in short, okay, I cannot write full definition over here. So my request to you, whenever you are reading or whenever you are watching the lecture, watch it very carefully. If you are not able to understand it, anything, you can pause the video and re-watch it again. Okay, so in this, whenever you are watching the video, you should write in short, okay, by yourself. So whenever the notes is provided to you, you can write the rest of the things in a notebook later on. Understand? So you can note it down these things in short in a rough copy whenever you are watching this video lecture. So properties of acid. Acid are sour in taste. Second, all acids are soluble in water. That means whenever you add acid into the water, so what happens? The acid get completely dissolved in the water. Same as whenever you dissolve sugar into the water, the sugar get completely dissolved. So similarly, whenever you add acid into water, so the acid get dissolved into the water. Okay. Third property, acids are corrosive in nature. Corrosive in nature. Now again a typical word come. See it carefully. Corrosive. Corrosive means damageable. Acids cause damage to the substance. For example, you pour the acid on your hand will get burned. You pour the acid on this duster, it will get burned. You pour the acid on the wood start burning. Okay, so that is the meaning of corrosive. Acids are corrosive or damageable in nature. They can damage items. Okay, and due to its corrosive nature, acids are always stored in the glass container in our laboratory. Okay, because they can damage the plastic and metal container. That's why. Okay. Now fourth property, acid react with metal to produce hydrogen gas. Okay, so whenever acid react with metal, suppose you are having an acid, you put any metal into it. Metal like what is metal? Iron, aluminium, sodium, okay, magnesium, all these are the metal. Whenever acid react with the metal, like I told you, acid should not be stored in the metal containers. Why? Because acid react with the metal, it can damage them. So whenever acid react with the metal, it produces a gas, and that gas is known as a hydrogen gas. Okay, and we can check this gas also by burning, and it is a very important activity also. You can remember it. It can come in fill up that what happen when acid react with the metal. What happen? Hydrogen gas is released. And last point, acid reacts with base to form salt and water. Okay, so whenever acid react with the base, it always and always produce salt and water. Okay, so now these are the properties of acid. Okay, now come to the uses of acid, where the acid is used. So very first and most common use of acid in our body, hydrochloric acid, like I told you previously, HCl, hydrochloric acid present in stomach. So first use, hydrochloric acid present in our stomach, and the function of hydrochloric acid is what? It helps in killing the harmful bacteria which is present in the food. When we eat the food, so what will happen? There are some bacteria might present or microorganism present in the food. They can be harmful for our body. So this acid, hydrochloric acid, it kills all those bacteria which enter in our body along with the food item. Okay. So second use of acid, hydrochloric acid used as a cleaner. Okay, so in many industries, hydrochloric acid or many acids, strong acid, are basically used, okay, to clean the mechanical parts of the machines. Okay, so in this way, hydrochloric acid is used. Next, sulfuric acid. Remember formula H2SO4. Sulfuric acid is used as explosive fertilizer. So sulfuric acid is used at different places. It is used in explosive, it is used as fertilizer, it is used in car batteries or batteries simply. So in these places sulfuric acid is used. Okay. So I hope you understand, and some place nitric acid is also used. So these are the place where acids are normally used. Okay. Now come to the next topic, properties and uses of base. Okay students, properties of base. Very first property, and I think you might understand and remember also, bases are bitter in taste. Okay, first property. Second property, bases are slippery in nature. Okay, bases are slippery in nature. So what happen if you are having a baking soda in your hand and you mix some water in it, so what will happen? It looks slippery. Why? Because it contains the base in it. Whenever you touch soap, so what happens? Soap is slippery in nature. Why? Because it contains the base. You might have seen the window cleaner or glass cleaner. Why it's slippery? Because it contains the base. Floor cleaner, it contains the base. So bases are slippery in nature always. Third point, same. Bases are corrosive in nature. Okay, so similarly acids, bases cause also damage. That's why bases are also stored in our laboratory in the glass container. Next, all bases are not soluble in water. Remember this point very carefully. All the bases are not soluble in water, while all the acids are soluble in water. Okay? And last point, bases, same point as an acid. Bases reacts with acid to form salt and water. Okay students, so these are the 5 main points which are there in the properties of bases. Now if you look at the 4th point carefully, all the bases are not soluble in completely soluble or soluble in water. Okay, now which are soluble in water. So those bases which are soluble in water are called alkali. So what is alkali? The question comes, bases which are soluble in water. These are called the alkali. Now example of it, potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. Okay, so these are 2 examples of the alkali which are generally used. Okay, now next topic, uses of bases. Where the bases are used. First point, ammonia. Ammonia is also a base. Ammonia is used as fertilizer. Okay, we add the fertilizer to add the nutrient into the soil. Now ammonia is a fertilizer which is used in the soil and it is of basic nature. Okay, now second point, calcium hydroxide used as fertilizer and in whitewashing. So calcium hydroxide is very important whenever we are doing the whitewashing. Now what is whitewashing? Whenever you are painting the walls of the house, that is called the whitewashing. So in whitewashing we are having quicklime. We add quicklime into water, then that's become calcium hydroxide. So calcium hydroxide is used in painting the house or in whitewashing the house. Okay, and it is also used as fertilizer also. Okay, now next use of bases is ammonium hydroxide is used to clean floor, like I told you, and window. Okay, so ammonium hydroxide is the base which is used to clean the floor also and used to clean the window. And last but not the least, okay, milk of magnesia. Now you might ask, what is milk of magnesia? It is also known as magnesium hydroxide. Okay, so milk of magnesia helps in acidity. So there are some bases, okay, there are some bases which help us to get relief in acidity, and those bases are known as antacid. Okay, now what is antacid? Antacid are those substances which help us in getting relief from acidity. Now what is acidity and how it happen? Whenever we eat any spicy food, so what happen? Spicy food help our stomach to produce large amount of acid, hydrochloric acid. So what happen when large amount of hydrochloric acid is produced? It comes in our food pipe from the stomach, and then what will happen? It cause burning, it cause irritation. So that this situation is called acidity. So whenever we are having acidity problem, we can take antacid. So antacid are a substance which help us getting relief from the acidity, and the example of antacid is milk of magnesia. Now what is milk of magnesia? It contains the magnesium hydroxide and it is a base. So you might notice here most of bases they contain hydroxide in it. Okay, and by the help of properties of acid and properties of base, I write here side by side so that you can easily differentiate between them. You can easily understand them. Okay, carefully. Now, my dear students, it is just I have not covered all the topic. I have covered till now. I have completed this much, and I think this much will be sufficient for you. Students, me at Gurukula, we are trying to make the education simpler for you. Okay, so that all of you will be safe at home. We care for you so that you can be safe at home and you can understand the thing easily. Okay, so here I am doing all these things so that you can understand science in a better way. If you have any problem, any query, you can ask in the WhatsApp group during timing 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, so we will continue this chapter again in next session, and we will also take a brief look whatever we have studied. Okay, so before my request to you is, whenever you are watching let's suppose you are watching the chapter, you are studying chapter acid, base and salt, and suppose 3 videos are there related to it. So what is your work? Your work, whenever you complete the first video and you go, after some time you're going to start watch the second video. So always just have a brief look wherever you write and whatever you write on over there in a copy. So have a brief look that what we have discussed in the last class. Okay, and I also try my efforts so that we can relate all these things. I will explain it again in brief, in short. Okay, in next class. Thank you.